Nedu and ex-wife's DNA drama.
Hey, what's going on? So we're talking about Nedu, the OAP in Nigeria. Sorry, this is a marriage related news.
Right.
For those of you that may not be in Nigeria, but we'll try to bring you up to speed. This gentleman you're looking at right here, the beard gang one. I mean, he's the only
He's
one.
the one
He's the
in
same
all
one
the
in the other picture
pictures.
too, right?
Wow.
So he's a OAP, what Nigerians call on-air personality. OAP, that just simply means a radio host.
Yes.
Okay. So, and he's also a comedian. He's also
he is. Oh, yeah, he has
he's-
skits.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
he's a
yes.
huge Instagram comedian. He has skits all over the place.
Right.
Extremely funny, stupid guy. He does like 3 different characters. He does like the Hausa guy. He does like the Yankechi guy. Nkechi. He dresses as a woman.
Oh, I don't
He,
follow
he
him
does.
like that. So.
Well, I don't follow. Well, I get tired of it after a while. I get tired of all of them after a while. But yeah, there was a time that I saw his video consistently. So recently, ex-wife, or is it ex-wife? Because she hasn't signed anything yet, according to her.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
saying that she's still married to him.
She's saying like
Like on paper, they're still married.
there's all kind of drama. Anyway, this dude, this girl called him out. They have like 3 kids. Is it 3 or 4? Something like that.
I think it's 3. 3 kids,
Right, 3 kids.
a boy and 2 girls.
A boy and 2 girls.
Yes.
A first boy and 2 girls.
Right.
And she called him out. I think this was the message. Let me find the message really quickly. Where's the message? I think I positioned. There you go. So she goes, you're not getting the point. Okay, so this is extra message.
She
Anyway,
called,
she
him,
called him
out
out.
about money,
Darling.
right? Money for accommodation and stuff like that.
Yes.
Right? Like he's not taking care of the kids.
Yes.
And then after she did that, I think he came back and accused her of infidelity while they were married.
Right.
That the first child does not belong to him.
He
Right?
actually brought out a receipt, like a whole receipt. Is it him or the friend? Somebody brought out some kind of proof that the
DNA,
first son,
sir. Yeah.
the first son, is not
the
his.
only son.
The only son.
What do you mean the first son?
It's not
baby?
his biological son. So basically, some kind of paternity fraud was committed.
Right. Right.
Yep, that's really the point of all of this gist right here.
But
Yeah.
then she came back and said, I think she's been giving interviews on radio.
Yes.
I don't know. She came back to say he was feeling insecure
Right.
of their 3rd child. He was actually
Right.
not sure if
Well,
that
what do you
baby
think?
girl is. And because he went to do DNA on the baby girl, he now did DNA on all of them. Found out that the baby girls, they
Yeah,
are his,
his.
but the first is
The
not
first
his.
not okay. All right.
So she said that's not the reason why.
So it wasn't the first that he was doubting. It was the last one.
like that was not the reason why the marriage broke.
Okay, so this is something they already knew. But also during the interview, she was talking about there's a lot of funny, crazy behaviors by him when he was pulling back. Like she didn't know for a long time what was going on with him. So there's a good chance that he
He's
knew.
been doubting.
Well, maybe he did DNA at one point. He's been doubting. He knew, but he was acting out.
Oh, okay.
And they had a lot of physical violence issues. They had
And another thing I
verbal
have to
abuse.
point out, according to the friend, the comedian guy, I think his name is Osama, said something to the effect of it was because she was pregnant that they got married.
Right.
So, if not
I mean,
for
she
the
said that too.
pregnancy- She said that too?
Yeah, she
Okay.
admitted to that. That's why, she was seeing somebody else, and then, she was seeing somebody else. She was in a service year, which is what they do in Nigeria after finishing university, right? So, So she kind of admitted to that. Again, this
So
girl,
she was double dating, basically.
right. This is the friend right here.
Right.
I guess she was double dating. So the friend said, if Nedu won't talk about this issue, I will. So he came out and said blah blah blah, basically saying that he's testifying that they went through, that Nedu suffered in the hands of this woman. Now,
So there was physical violence also
Physical.
in the marriage.
see, that's mouth.
That's a bite mark.
That's a
Bite
mouth
mark.
bite. A mouth bite? How do you call it?
No, a bite mark, baby.
A bite mark? Okay.
Not a mouth bite.
Don't forget I'm a village boy. But anyway,
Excuse me. It's not an excuse, Joe.
so anyway,
It's a bite mark.
yeah. So they all this receipts of physical violence. Bottom
Right.
line, But the thing that became the talk of the town for the last week has been the paternity fraud part.
Right.
Right? People, there's no excuse for that outside of maybe they switch your baby in the hospital. And that's even at that, it won't match, the DNA will not match anybody, including the mother.
It'll just be a wrong baby.
But it's usually the father who is doubting that the check. So,
Because the baby came out of the mother.
no, but if they switch, that won't be the baby they came out of.
Boy.
If they switched at the hospital, that wouldn't be the baby that came out of you.
That came out, yeah.
So, but they wouldn't be testing yours either. It's the father that's doubting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So somebody said that in Clubhouse. I'm like, but they wouldn't be testing the mother. Okay, everybody's trying to make a case for they should start doing DNA tests, compulsory DNA tests.
DNA is expensive.
Well, yes, because it's a test. It's an actual medical test, and it costs money. And you want to pay for it? You don't pay for everybody, because if you make it mandatory, that means the government has to.
So
pay for
every
it
time you
regardless.
have children, they will do DNA.
They will do DNA tests so that, and then also now you have to increase the securities at the hospitals too, because if somebody find out that it's not their baby at the hospital, they may
an
start shooting up
arranged-
everybody.
Oh my God. That is
Let me not
crazy.
say too much shooting on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Right? But you get what I'm saying. So it's a lot that goes with that. You see, what people don't understand is that if it's not in the interest of the government, ultimately, no, they're not going to make it mandatory. It doesn't
No,
make
they
any
won't do
sense.
anything
Just like
about it.
child support is not in the interest of the government,
Mm-hmm.
outside of they will create a family court for you so they can fight each other. But nobody is going to jail for family issues unless they haven't paid a child. And that's over time too, But the point is that even if they go to jail, it's not criminal. It's more family court issues, right? So, so a lot of people are talking about the DNA thing. It became a big news. People should. But this girl is saying he knew that she was dating somebody else, and she didn't know whatever.
So she's saying that even her, it came to her as a shock.
Right.
That is not the child.
She can't claim that because she knew she was double dating.
But she can be confused. What if she
No,
slept
no,
with Nedu and the other guy
Okay,
at
so,
the same time, like in the same week?
Okay, behind love
They
and
say
attraction.
women are the only ones that know the true biological father of their
Yes,
kids.
okay.
People say that all the time. But I'm saying, what if she's a woman that wasn't keeping tabs on and she was seeing these guys at the same time and seeing one today, seeing the other tomorrow? I know that is over. This is exaggeration. Doesn't happen.
But that's
that way.
but that's
it can
quote
happen
unquote
that way.
wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong.
And if you are hitting it and they're shooting your club up raw,
Wow.
right? You can now you can switch somebody's baby for another person that can potentially cause trouble in the future.
Yeah, but
It's
she
still-
said she
it's
didn't
still-
do it on purpose.
No. It's still paternity fraud. She had an idea. We've seen examples of this. What she should have done is come forward and say, "I'm not sure. I want to make
Whose
sure."
baby did this?
Yeah,
This is okay.
we've seen examples of it, right? Of people who actually
Because
honored.
on Jerry Springer, they'll be like, Jerry,
Right.
Jerry, the nose look like his, the
Yes.
mouth looks like his,
Oh,
and then they do
let
the
me
test,
tell
like,
the people.
he is not the father. What the what? Even us, the audience, are like, it's true. The nose
Right.
look like the nose.
Yeah.
What?
Let me tell the people that there are absolutely examples of people who honored the other person and told them and said, because of people who could have literally pushed the baby on the person and nobody will ever know. but they said
They
no,
said,
I
"No,
must
I
let
have
them
to."
know.
Yeah.
Right?
I have to
There
do the
are,
right thing.
so there's no excuse to do that, and I'm not one of the people to start bashing out what has happened, right? That's actually besides the point, because you also know who you were dating,
Right.
and also whatever she did wrong, you're all in the wrong because you subscribe to the relationship. That's what I believe in, right?
Now, do you think he should still take care of that child, since that child has known him as the father for some years before he splits with the mother? Do you think
it's not honorable. It's different from
honorable
should.
thing?
So it would be a honorable thing to do, but but it's not. It should. It doesn't have to.
But you know the funny thing,
in my
over
opinion.
here in the United States, in the family court,
Right? No, they will make. They can
they
make
will
you.
make him
Yeah.
still continue to take care of that child, because
But
that's
but with a
what
good.
that child knows as a father. And this child is now suffering because of his and hers mistakes.
But with a good lawyer and a paternity fraud issue, that may not necessarily fly. You know.
Wow.
They mean there are judges that may say, probably not most of them, but there are judges that say, nah, that's
They put the
there's
child's
paternity fraud involved.
they put child's interest first.
They do.
Especially
They
if
do.
you've signed a certificate in this country,
Right.
in this United States of America,
Right.
the child comes first.
They do.
So if you've been taking care of this
But
child
again,
for a
you're
while,
signing a certificate without there's fraud. There's
but
there's
if
misrepresentation.
She said, like she said, that she didn't know. Yes, she was messing with two people, but she didn't know.
Like I
the
said,
judge will have to put the child.
I know, like she said,
like
I said, with a good lawyer. With a good lawyer, misrepresentation, everything that's signed after your misrepresentation is null and void. Everything that's signed after you misrepresented to me that you are exclusively with me is null and void. With a good lawyer, it can fly. But like you said, they put the kids first. But also in the country that we live in, United States, there are ways they can take care of children without locking another man who doesn't want to into that situation, right? But again, it depends. It depends on so many factors that we don't know, right? There's just so many things we don't know. But the idea of DNA tests should be mandatory. No, it's not. That's not how society works. You know, what happens is that I'm going to tell you right now. Most people are not doing this to people. It's only when this news comes out.
That's when everyone feels.
Everybody now start to feel like
doing this. Like
women
no,
are always,
that's
no,
not true.
That's not true. Now, that's not to say a lot of people are not doing it. What I'm saying is that majority are not. Majority fell in love with the person. They married a person. They having babies for each other. You can see that the baby look like a father. The baby look like the son. I was on Clubhouse, and I asked the guy, and I said, my first son looks carbon copy like me. I said, my second son looks carbon copy like my wife. Advise me, what should I do? Should I go do a DNA test? He said, I probably would do, since the other one, the first one. See, again, common sense.
It's so dumb.
Common sense is a terrible guide for relationships.
Oh
I keep
my
saying
God.
it.
I can't believe
He's
it.
making common sense, right? Yeah, you know, since the other one looked like you, like speaking grammar, right? English. Since the other one looked like you,
true.
right?
So your child cannot look like your wife's. That is
but the
insane.
second one, definitely, I would say so. And I mentioned, I said I've been married for 14 years.
It doesn't matter. Who the hell?
I have to give them a pass.
Did you mention
Some of these
that
kids are like 21, 19.
Your second son has thick eyebrows like you. He acts just like you.
Oh, my second
Son acts
it's
just
me.
like you.
The only thing is this kid.
Like me.
Yeah. Right? It's
That's
literally me,
hilarious.
my attitude, my everything, right? But anyway, that's besides the point. Anybody can have my same attitude, right? I guess.
Right.
Just go and do it.
So
to
you
make
carry
sure.
one child, you go and do DNA. You leave the other one. You carry another.
Yeah, because the other one is my carbon copy, right? But anyway, this is some of these kids 19, 21, some of them are 34 years old, some of them are 54 years old, saying these things. But we're gonna dive into that in another video or into some other people's opinion about this kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's hilarious when I see people having these comments and stuff. It just tells me that a lot of people are hurting, you know, and they project that on
other
else.
people.
And,
So be careful out there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So